Hey, Video Sensei here. Today I'm going to talk about why I wanted to create the Trails series. The next question to ask before that is it worth playing the Trails series? This game's been going on for 16 years strong and there's a total of 9 games. And of those 9 games, the game time between the 9 games today is only a 4-year gap. I've been reading a lot of articles throughout the years that they have a great cast of characters and story. That includes all the characters and storylines that cascade upon each other. What kinda dampened my excitement of the series was that the game is 9 games long, each averaging 50 hours per game, just story alone. If we combine those 9 games together, that's about 450 hours of gameplay to get to the juicy part of the story, which is a lot to ask for, especially being my 30s working full time. Ain't nobody got time for that! Ain't nobody got time for that! But worst of all, the story is very slow paced and really picks up nearly at the end of each game. Say what? I was a bit discouraged from learning this. But when I learned through an article saying that the 9th game is equivalent to the Avengers Endgame of MCU, that got me excited, and it was enough push to play the Trail series. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. And somehow thinking about this series, One Piece was brought to my attention. Because of One Piece, the Marineford arc is probably one of my favorite story arcs of storytelling of all time. And why I think it was the best story arc is because how many characters were introduced and fleshed out. There were so many surprises and just unpredictable things that kept happening left and right, and the story just came all together beautifully, and that made me at the edge of my seat the whole time, just wanting to watch back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And my guess is that the length and extensive character building of the series is what made it possible to create masterclass storytelling by Ichiro Oda. I think from those points, One Piece deserves to be called an epic for being so long but so amazing at the same time. So I'm really hoping that the Trails series length, character, and world building would follow the similar level of awe and wonder as One Piece did for me.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Using a similar example from another game series is Suikoden. There are 5 Suikoden games in total, and each had 108 characters with some overlap between games. The time period between games varied quite a bit, however, from a few years to 100 years gap, which I didn't play the 4th game because 100 years, nothing's related, like, nah, it's alright. 108 characters in each game is a lot, but there were just so many interesting and fun characters to see, and especially when they go through multiple games, it's just a delight to see. The antagonists of those series were a lot in the gray shaded area of morality. Like, you could say on one side that they could be good, another side that they could be totally evil. Of course, there were a few evil ones, but still, that's what really made the Suikoden series very engaging. But unfortunately, it was met with an untimely end, and it just made me quite sad. But at the very least, the original staff from Suikoden is going to create a new game called Eiyuden Chronicle that's going to come out in 2022. So something is coming from the ashes, and I just really look forward to seeing how this game will turn out. It just brings me back to nostalgia. I just love it. So in the same vein of Suikoden's ambition of having multiple volumes in an overarching narrative like a novel, there's twice the amount of length in the Trail series, so again, I'm hoping that it'll be incredible as well. Why do I love RPGs? From playing, I feel there's more of an immersion in the story, its characters, its world, and it really does feel like reading a book, but be able to interact in this medium is what sets it apart from others. I learned through many interactions between characters that gave me new and different perspectives on what's important in my life. So from creating this series, I want to celebrate the joy of playing RPGs. So let's paint the picture of the journey of the Trail series. The first 3 games in the series in the Legend of Heroes franchise are Trails in the Sky, Trails in the Sky 2nd chapter, Trails in the Sky 3rd chapter are all under the Liberal arc. The next 2 games are Zero no Kiseki and Ao no Kiseki under the Crossbell arc. And then there's the remaining 4 games, Trails of Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all under the Erebonian arc. It will be a long journey to cover all of these games that average about 50 hours each, but I feel like it will be a fun experience to show some love to the series because I think it really deserves more attention. So my goal in this video series is to provide the opportunity to enjoy and have fun with the story without having to play through the very slow pace of the series.
Yes! Yes!
And I really hope to have you accompany me on this wonderful journey. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Video Sensei out now.